The Economy DLC for Space Engineers is just around the corner, with a release date announced just yesterday that it will be coming on Thursday the 22nd of August. This is a free DLC for everyone, but it will include cosmetic DLC available to purchase. We haven't quite seen anything of that yet, but it appears, entirely cosmetic and looks like skins and safe zone things like that. Hey everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to this video. As I mentioned, the latest update for Space Engineers is just around the corner, this being the Economy update which we've been speaking about for the last month. This adds a great new thing such as store blocks where you can buy things from, contract blocks where you can buy contracts to go, hunt someone down, and player-made contracts as well. It's going to be a cool update and I can't wait to see how it does on public servers. Speaking of which, I will have probably maybe 2 or 3 Space Engineers public servers open for you guys to join, so if you want to come join those servers, the link's down below to my Discord, they'll be up and online on Thursday the 22nd, I can't wait to see you there. Anyway, today I wanted to talk more about the future of Space Engineers. I'll be covering the Economy update on Thursday in a detailed video, so check back on that one if that's what you're looking for. But today I wanted to talk about the future of Space Engineers, specifically, what's next. Now I know some of you may think, Jack, the DLC or the Economy update isn't even out yet, why are you thinking about this? Well, I like to think ahead of time, particularly when it comes to Space Engineers, a sandbox game I am very passionate about. Yes, we have the Economy DLC, which is going to be quite big, and I can't wait to see how that changes up the gameplay, certainly. But what's next after that? Is this the final update for SC? Is that it? Honestly, I'm not entirely too sure. We do know that Keen Software House appear to be looking for more staff to come and help design games for them, like Space Engineers. But does that mean they are making Space Engineers, or is there a new project in the pipeline? We simply do not know. On August 14th, just last week, Keen Software House on their official social media accounts put out a tweet and post saying, "If you're looking for a new and exciting challenge and you want to work with passionate people on awesome games like #Space Engineers, check out the Keen Software House hiring page," which is where they posted the following jobs: programmers, game designers, UX designers, level designers, character animators, 3D artists, and video creators. Hey, it's a job for me. Just joking though, it does look like Keen are bolstering their workforce once again to maybe make something new. It would seem a bit irregular if this was, just for DLC or it's a new project, but maybe there's this big update in the pipeline that we simply do not know about. I actually asked Keen about what the future of Space Engineers is. They didn't comment on it just yet, most likely because the Economy update is a big focus. But hopefully once the Economy update's been out for a week or 2, I can maybe reach out to them and ask them what's the plan for Space Engineers going forward. Are we going to see a surprise announcement like, Kerbal Space Program 2? Are we suddenly going to get Space Engineers 2? Or is it going to be just, more DLC, maybe a combat update? And that's kind of something I wanted to talk about today. The combat update is something that has been spoken about a lot in Space Engineers, particularly how players want more weapons and better ways to combat each other in the game. I think we can all agree and say that combat is very unique inside of Space Engineers, but at the same time, it's very limited. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this subject down below in the comments, I would love to know your opinions. What I mean by this is, if we rewind right back to the basics, we only really have 2 weapon types: kinetic Gatlins and then missiles. That's only 2, we don't have fancy lasers or big ballista cannons that some mods introduce, we just have 2 weapon types. Now obviously you can be creative in Space Engineers and create your own weapon types. We've seen rotor guns, gravity cannons, ord cannons, random stuff like that. You can create those, but when we wind combat back to the basics, we only really see those core 2 things, which is Gatlins and rockets. Obviously, yes, we've got warhead cannons as well, I know that. But, it's just the basics I'm talking about for the moment. So a combat update is something people have been wanting for a while now. Something really to change up the way we combat players inside Space Engineers and other starships. I personally would love the idea of this. Maybe some railguns, maybe some sort of shields or armor plating, ablative armor, something like that to change the way Space Engineers combat works. I know we'd all love it. Maybe some different weapon types. You think with railguns, that's like the idea I came up with a second ago. Maybe lasers, that might be a bit too OTT. I know Keen are very against adding shields, and rightly so. I don't think the game needs shields as a core component. We've got things like safe zones, which act as base shields. They're pretty cool, but I don't think we need shields for ship combat just yet. Again, you can mod that in should you want to, but I don't think it should be a core part of the game. But apart from a combat update, what else is there to do with Space Engineers at the moment? Well, there's still a few things the developers could do. A lot of optimization comes into it, but we really got to think about what new content we want to the game. Optimization, all that is fine, and they're definitely going to continue with that as far as I know, but let's think about new content. So we thought of a combat update, but apart from that, what else? Well, there could be some sort of exploration update. We have seen something like that before, but maybe more advanced with new planets, new asteroid fields, new weather systems maybe to explore. They've been talking a lot about water inside SC, and one of the things Marek mentioned in his blog post quite a while ago is it would like to add water or other elements like that to the game. It's very high risk with very little reward is something I mentioned, and that's what DLC funding allows him to do. Now, another thing which a lot of community members, particularly one person inside the Keen Discord, have mentioned to me quite a lot is the idea of expanding the NPCs inside of Space Engineers. Now, the upcoming economy update sort of does that, but does it in a way. It's listed as NPC trading stations. There's no actual NPCs there apart from a few drones sometimes. So realistically, more NPCs inside Space Engineers could be an update we might be able to see later down the line. Now, looking at it from a business point of view, 2019 is coming to a close. We are in the 8th month, or in 2 weeks we'll be in the 9th month, so there's not very many left. So realistically, what could we see? Well, I expect we possibly could see a combat update, but at the same time, an NPC update isn't too far-fetched, but it depends how well the Keen development team are progressing with NPCs. Purely at the moment, we have no idea what is coming next for Space Engineers, but that's why I wanted to open the conversation to yourselves. Do you have an idea for what you'd like to see inside of Space Engineers and what you'd want to come to the game? Everyone's got their own unique ideas, and I think that's what makes it great. Let's start thinking now of what we'd like to see where the game goes. But I'm still quite curious on why Keen Software House are hiring more programmers and developers and various other roles, including video creators. It sounds like something is going on behind the scenes. Hopefully I might be able to get to sit down with either Jesse, Vlado, or maybe Marek himself to discuss the future of Keen Software House and Space Engineers as a whole. As I was under the impression the economy update was one of the last big updates for Space Engineers, that might just be me overthinking it, but again, there hasn't been much talk of like a roadmap or anything else after that. We simply do not know. I guess we'll have to wait and see until what comes next, but for now, yeah, the economy update arrives on Thursday. I do hope you all enjoyed the economy update. It's going to be a great update for the game, and I can't wait to see how it changes up multiplayer servers. Once again, if you are looking for some free multiplayer servers to come and play on, you're more than welcome to join mine. The Discord link is down below. If you join today, you'll be ready for when we launch them on Thursday, and trust me, it is going to be fun. In the meantime, I've been Captain Jack. Thank you for tuning in with me on the YouTube channel today. Make sure to stay subscribed to get the latest update on Space Engineers, particularly on Thursday when we talk about all the details of the economy update for Space Engineers, including the DLC. I'll be covering that in extensive detail, so you don't have to miss a bit. Thanks for watching, I've been Captain Jack, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.